Alright, so you're sitting at home, scrolling through the channels, looking for something to watch before you go to bed. As you scroll, you come across the ever-popular Jersey Shore. Have you ever sat and thought to yourself, why in the world would anyone want to watch 5 kids drink, fight, and backstab each other during their normal, everyday lives? There once was a time where every Thursday night we would sit and wait for our favorite TV dramas and sitcoms to come on air. Nowadays, times have taken a turn for the worst. American Voyeurism states that there are an average of 4 reality TV shows per network across the country. It's like now, these reality TV shows are taking over our former and favorite TV dramas and sitcoms. It's like it seems like Hollywood is banking off the voyeurism of Americans. But what these shows do not know are the effects that they have on teens and young adults. It gives them a false sense of reality. It teaches them that acting like this in the real world to negative situations is acceptable, but when actually in reality it is not. Are these shows a sign of our descending intelligence or just a fad waiting to fade? Today we'll be talking to you about what reality TV is, how to stunt the growth of reality TV, and how to take action on this matter.
Reality TV is a new fad that is sweeping across America and is redefining programming as we speak. A majority of these shows do not have an intelligent concept. Viewers tune in every day just to watch celebrities and everyday people being put in unrealistic settings. You may say that TV is just harmless in small doses and that you don't watch reality TV, but what about the children, teens, and people who just watch TV all day have to say about it? There are effects of reality television. 1, some people have a distorted outlook on reality thanks to it. Thanks to shows like Keeping Up with the Kardashians and Jersey Shore that teaches these people that acting unethical, stepping out of line, and abusing drugs is an acceptable way to act. 2, and some people are impressionable and have been hurt by people, acts, or stunts on reality TV. There's a show called Fear Factor that features dares and many other things, and a show called Teen Mom, which teaches teenage girls that pregnancy is acceptable and they will get rewarded for it. For example, when I was working at a bronze for a few months, I did work with a 16-year-old girl who did get pregnant just to be on the show. She told me if she ever got in, she would spend all her money on cigarettes and hard liquor. Fortunately, she did not get accepted, and fortunately for the baby, it was put up for adoption, closed adoption. And 3, some people have a distorted view of self-image. Shows like Extreme Makeover and The Swan teaches women that beauty comes first, and there's an ideal. And most importantly, you put actors, actresses, and screenwriters out of a job. It takes $400,000 to produce a reality show compared to $2 million to produce a regular dramatic TV show. And I have a video to show you.
Good morning. All right, fighting, gossip, back-talking. We're not talking about the Fox 35 newsroom. We're talking about reality television. Shows like Real Housewives and Teen Mom. They don't show our best side as human beings. Yeah, it's just bad. So what impact is this toxic television having on our kids? Joining us this morning, as she does so often, we love having her, Jada Collins from Total Life Counseling Center. Great to see you, Jada.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks for having me.
All right, so we all admit we have dabbled in these shows a time or two. Some people are completely addicted to them. But when it comes to our kids, what's going on here? Should our kids be watching this?
You know, first of all, we definitely need boundaries.
Okay.
You know, when you look at, you think about, you know, the pulling the hair and the profanity and flipping over tables, and you're like, what's happening to our society? And when I looked at the research from the Girl Scouts Institute Research Center, I said, wow, this is amazing, because over 83% of young girls actually say, you know what, we really shouldn't be watching reality television because it is outrageous. But at the end of the day, the question is, what are parents to do?
So, what are parents to do about this reality craze? Children are the leading watchers of reality television. On average, 4 hours a day of American children are spent watching television. part of this is reality television. Parents need to be aware of that, and they need to know what they should do to help their kids in this situation. First, you can put a time limit on the amount of television they watch. You can tell them that it's only during specific times they get to watch that, and those might be times that you know that certain shows aren't on. As well, you can sit with your kids while they watch these shows. That will make them uncomfortable watching these type of shows. And if it doesn't, then you can react accordingly to what you think that they might be feeling during these shows. You can ask them questions once there is a violent scene in a reality TV show, and you can ask your child if he or she is agreed on what they are saying or what they aren't saying. You can also keep TVs out of bedrooms, and keep TV off during meals. That way you spend time socializing with your own family instead of with some reality family that is going crazy. So you can also set a good example for yourself as being the adult of the house and knowing that reality TV isn't the best for your child, and so you yourself can limit your amount of television viewing for these type of shows, if at all any. People can be aware from these television shows through our networks and our stations who own these networks. Here are a few of our network stations. The two main stations are Viacom and the Walt Disney Company. Both of these network owners own the majority of reality TV networks. So what we need to do is to contact these people. Disney, the Walt Disney Company, if you go to their website, Disney.com, you can go to their network page and contact them directly. You will be able to contact each network separately and email them, as well as get their information on where you need to if you want to do a personal letter. As well, Viacom. Viacom.com is where you can find all of their networks as well. Their address is 1515 Broadway Avenue, New York City, New York. And you can also call them directly and speak with them your piece on what you think reality TV should be like. So, these two networks are the main, or the network owners are the main companies who own these reality TV networks. So if we were to impact them, then they would postpone their networks, or they would shut their networks off, because they own enough networks to for it to not struggle them too much. So that would be one way to contact them. As well, just make sure your kids, if you can keep your kids aware of these television shows and aware of the impact that it can cause on their generation, then you are saving lives right there. If used right, television can have an educational value, but too much television can portray improper values and can cause harm to our generation and ourselves. Most of these reality TV shows show that smoking and drinking and reinforce gender role as well as social stereotypes are all normal. This is not what we want our generation to think, that these type of things are normal. We would like to have a healthy generation where our kids are smarter than we are and wiser than we are. And reality TV is not helping them whatsoever. It is distorting their view of their own reality. Please help us. Help save our new generation from this reality craze.